Alright, here we have the ROKR marble Spaceport and Night City combo with a couple of Stirling engines that I had. And I'll fire this up and see how it goes. Power buttons here. Alright. Seems to be working. We got a little problem here. This is why we gotta this magnet is pretty useful because it kicks some balls out. Alright, let's fire up these those take a little while to heat up, but as far as the marble run, the motor, so initially it comes in two parts and then has a combination kit, a link pack. It also has two modes for the LEDs. You can have it fading mode or full on mode. There's the full on mode. I like the fading mode. And then these take a little while to heat up. And alright, that one's going. It's got a voltmeter on it too, so you can see it's making 2.78 right there. This one I broke, fell on the floor, so it's a little less reliable. It vibrated off on the floor and dislodged things, and it's never worked quite the same since.
You dropped it on the floor?
It vibrated off the counter and nearly burned the house down. It usually gets going after it heats up for a while. That one's rolling pretty good there. That one seems to be a lot better. Come on, baby. One thing about these is do not lubricate them with oil. I made that mistake. They come with various accessories, and this is the Christmas light display. On this, the main thing is to make sure that you sand all the gears down. Every tooth needs to be sanded, and then it comes with wax, and you need to wax the gears. And then I also use this silicone wood lubricant, and that seems to have helped make it work. When I first put the motor on the Spaceport, it actually goes on that side, and it ran for about 5 minutes and then stopped, and then I unplugged it and kind of that thing has a tendency to get jammed over there, that lift on that left side, and it jammed, and then I kind of tried to rotate it back, and then when I plugged it back in, then the gear just started stripped. It was stripped, and it just started making a grinding noise. Come on, baby. This usually gets going. There it goes. Come on. There it goes. Okay, now we're in business. I'll go fast enough to light this up. So this came with a bunch of different accessories, including this disco light and This one originally came with just like a white light with it. But if it doesn't go fast enough, it won't generate enough power. So we'll see if that turns on. But this has about a 10-minute timer on it, so it'll go off after 10 minutes. These run on rubbing alcohol. I'm using 99% isopropyl, and they run for about probably 10 minutes before the jar extinguishes. Let me zoom in a little bit on some of this. So here we got, there was a crank right on there, and also on this thing, it seemed to have too many washer thingies in there, and it was making it wasn't fitting tight, so I took an extra one out compared to the instructions. I think I had it right, but it seemed to be loose, so I took one out. Then you got the motor there, and that, like I said, used to be over on this platform there, and that's when it burned out. They were nice, and I sent them an email, and they sent me a new one within about 10 days. Had to ship all the way from China. But after getting the new motor in, it seems to work all right. I've seen somebody's got a YouTube video where you can upgrade it and put in a higher power motor with a speed controller. It looked interesting, but it looked like a lot of work. It seems to work after getting everything, lubed up sufficiently. Mainly, so I left the crank on back there so that I could assist it for a while. We're supposed to take the handle off because we're not really supposed to crank it manually when the motor's installed. But this thing over here is a little bit quirky also. It's pretty cool the way this tower works because it kicks the balls off into these little baskets that have counterweights. They've got little steel balls in there that are like counterweights, but I found it to be not quite sufficient, and some of them wouldn't tilt back and kick the ball in place, and so I taped these. There's actually 2 pennies each on each of those two. It's worked much better after adding a little additional counterweight. But it's going fast now. Although it looks a little dangerous with the wood thing behind there. That looks like a fire hazard actually. But it's I think it'll be all right. I broke the little bottle, and that's why it leaks out the top, but that seems to get it going fast enough. I may want to pull this back a hair, though. But, yeah, it's got this multiple routes that go down. They got this thing on the left here that tilts the ball down, and then this fills up with a couple, and then some of them go down this little swirly thing. And then it kicks, the link pack has these 2 additions here that kick the balls from one side to the other, where you can run them independently by them. Up there we lost a ball, but that's pretty typical. But then over here it fills up these little trays here, and then it'll either kick it over to this side, or after this one gets full. See, right now this little teeter-totter thing is stationed so that it'll kick it over here on the next one, and then the next one will run down here and knock these 2 little things. I had to tape a little piece of wood in that drop-off point back there, so you can see here. See where those 2 went down at the right side? Sometimes they were getting stuck there, so I taped a little piece of wood in there. But yeah, it's pretty fun. Like I said, it'll run for about 10 minutes. I also got this glockenspiel for Christmas. That's been fun too. Let me play a tune. appearance of the sugar plum fairy. For some reason right here, it seems to have a more piercing sound to me anyway, I don't know. That's a cheap glockenspiel, it only costs like 130 bucks or something. Uh-oh, looks like it shut off, that must be the 10-minute mark. Anyway, it's a fun little machine and glockenspiel and Stirling engines. I love these Stirling engines. Let me see, is it still got? There we go. Yeah, it's got a 10-minute timer on it. But I was probably about to run out of steam on those two things too. But yeah, it's this is working pretty good. Like I said, it had some other accessories also I don't have here, but little LED lights and had a generic sort of round kind of device that's just a white light bulb type of thing. I should have brought those in, but they're out in the garage right now. But yeah, this one's cranking pretty good, but yeah, it's about to run out of. They probably both are actually. Yeah, that one's run out. Well, it's trying to give a last gasp. Getting 2.84 out of that one. There. Blinking away. Okay. Stirling engine number 1 died. That was the oldest one. I have another video on this one. I described the disaster. Fell on the floor and nearly burned the carpet. I did burn the carpet. Nearly burn the house down. Be careful. This one's going longer than I thought. I thought they went about the same amount of time, but that one's about burned out. It's cranking out pretty good. That one works much better. This one never worked as good as that one does. I think this one costs like 60 bucks or something. I think that one was too. But, so this one, it stacks up a few balls in there, and then it'll kick down. Then there's a teeter-totter up there that separates some of them that go over to that side, and then some that go down to the main feed. So it's got that little feeding device in there that brings them in. The main thing is to particularly pay attention to the vertical surfaces. It didn't really occur to me that mating vertical surfaces need to be sanded and lubed with wax really well, and then don't make things too tight. Wherever possible, the mating surfaces, make them as loose as you can get them so that they don't have unnecessary friction. But And it takes some breaking in too. I ran it manually both sides before I got the motor back. I ran them both for probably a couple hours, just manually cranking them. And they seem to break in and get much better after time. And this is amazing to me because I didn't think it. This is only the second time I've ran it. I don't remember it running for so long on one tank of gas. But it runs on 90, I think they say 95 at least. I'm using 99. And it just takes a small amount to run it for a good 10 minutes or so. I was waiting for this to burn out, but can't run forever. But yeah, there's the wood lubricant that I was using. Used a Q-tip and smeared some of that on. It comes with a brush too. I was using for doors. It looks great on doors also. But can't believe this is running for so long. And then this glockenspiel is pretty cool because the notes labeled there. I played one at the Boise Rock School and I was like, wow, that's cool. And had to get one. They're cheap too. Well, this one is. You can spend several $100, probably. Who knows how much, but I think this one only costs like $130 or something. I'm pretty happy with it. I think I'm just going to shut off that one on the left there. Well, I don't like storing it with alcohol in it. It's not even letting up. It's still cranking at 2.8 volts. Let's see if I can get a view of this from this angle. Oh, we got the NFC Championship game on. I'm missing it.
They traded for him mid-season. This is what he does. This vertical element, he's open by 4 yards. And Darnold isn't going to miss that one early. Williams, a step late on the release. Shaheed blows by him. Mr. Williams is out of the
I guess that's never going to run out of juice. Well, I think it's about enough. Thought this would die, but I'll let it run out later. Oh, see, this is what happens occasionally. You need to help things out a little bit. That'll get stuck. Sometimes balls get stuck in here. And then highly recommend a magnet device of some sort for retrieving balls. And then there's my old cutting board that I put it on. So I just replaced my cutting board. An epic failure of ignorance where I made it an inch shorter than the old one rather than an inch longer, but that's okay. Uh-oh, now we got a touchdown.
God, that's bright. Jesus.
Are you enjoying your spiked coffee?
Yeah.
Or your Green Bay Packer cup? Straight out of Lambeau Field.
And Walker just stutters his feet and then uses his speed to the center of the defense where he is absolutely at his best.
Oh, it's finally fading. There it is. Finally faded out. And will it continue even with no flame? It's gotta be any second now. It ran a full two cycles. Oh, the voltage is gone. There it is. It finally crept out. Oh, well, that lasted like 20 minutes. Pretty good.